Ever heard of the boiling frog syndrome? Scientists say if you put a frog in boiling water, it'll jump out instantly. But if you heat the water gradually, it won't realize the danger until it's too late. This is exactly how people treat a loyal Sigma male, slowly testing his patience, assuming he will always stay. They push, take, and expect, unaware that every small act of disrespect is slowly turning up the heat. Sigma males are known for their quiet resilience and unwavering dedication to those they care about. They don't seek attention, they don't demand validation, and they certainly don't engage in unnecessary drama. They are the lone wolves, self-sufficient and self-contained. Their patience is often mistaken for passivity, but beneath their composed exterior lies an unshakable will. But what happens when that quiet storm inside them finally breaks loose? What happens when they reach their limit? The answer isn't what you expect. Sigma males are not explosive like alphas or reactive like betas. They don't lash out in rage or seek immediate revenge. Instead, they calculate, they adapt. And when they have had enough, they will take action in a way that leaves everyone stunned. They don't make threats, they don't play mind games, and they certainly don't beg for respect. Instead, they do something far more powerful, something that completely shifts the dynamic. Pushing a Sigma male too far isn't just a mistake, it's a catalyst. It triggers a transformation that few are prepared for. And when that change happens, there's no turning back. The person who once gave endlessly, who tolerated and endured, no longer exists. Because when he reaches his breaking point, it's not him who falls apart. It's everything and everyone who underestimated him. Reason 1, the silent disappearance. He walks away without a word. A Sigma male is not the type to argue. He doesn't waste energy on endless conflicts, and he certainly doesn't seek revenge in the way most people do. Instead, when he's finally had enough, he simply disappears. Unlike alpha males who confront problems head-on, or beta males who internalize their pain, the Sigma male does something far more unsettling. He vanishes. And this is what makes him so dangerous. When he leaves, he doesn't just walk away physically, he erases you mentally. To him, you no longer exist. Psychologists call this the gray rock method, a strategy used to deal with toxic people by becoming unresponsive and disengaged. But the Sigma male doesn't use it as a strategy. It's simply his nature. He doesn't give explanations. He doesn't announce his departure. He just moves on. And the worst part, you won't even realize what happened until it's too late. Most people expect an emotional reaction when they hurt someone. They expect arguments, tears, or at least some form of acknowledgement. But when a Sigma male has had enough, he denies you that satisfaction. There is no drama, no confrontation, no need to prove a point, just a chilling silence that says everything. And the moment he leaves, you'll feel it, a void so deep that it forces you to question everything. Because when a Sigma male walks away, he never comes back. Reason 2, the ultimate upgrade, he becomes even more successful. The worst thing you can do to a Sigma male is betray him, not because he will seek revenge, but because he will turn his pain into fuel. While most people crumble after being pushed too far, a Sigma male thrives. He takes the disappointment, the heartbreak, the disrespect, and he channels it into his greatest transformation. History is filled with men who turn their setbacks into greatness. From Nikola Tesla, who was betrayed by Thomas Edison, but went on to revolutionize electricity, to Steve Jobs, who was pushed out of his own company, only to return and make it the most valuable business in the world. Sigma males don't just move on, they level up. And here's the irony. The very people who wronged them will one day look back and realize they lost someone irreplaceable. Because while they wasted their time playing games, the Sigma male was busy building an empire. His silence isn't just a form of self-respect, it's a message. I don't need you, I never did. By the time they realize what they've lost, it's already too late. The Sigma male has already evolved into a version of himself they can no longer reach. Reason 3, the emotional shutdown. He becomes cold and untouchable. Sigma males don't just feel emotions, they analyze them. They are deeply introspective, which means when someone pushes them too far, they don't just react, they reconstruct themselves. And one of the first things they do, they shut down emotionally. This isn't a temporary phase. When a Sigma male reaches his breaking point, he rewires his mind to no longer be affected by the same pain. It's a defense mechanism, but it's also a transformation. He doesn't just heal, he becomes unbreakable. Have you ever met someone who seems untouchable? Someone who, no matter what happens, never lets anything faze them? That's a Sigma male after he's been pushed too far. He becomes so emotionally independent that nothing can shake him anymore. And this change is permanent. The people who once had access to his emotions no longer have the key. He becomes unreadable, unpredictable, and entirely immune to manipulation. He doesn't just move on, he evolves beyond the person who was once hurt. Reason 4, the power shift. He becomes the one you chase. One of the most ironic things about pushing a Sigma male too far is that the moment he stops caring, the tables turn. The person who once thought they had the upper hand suddenly finds themselves chasing after him. It's human nature. People value what they can't have, and nothing is more unattainable than a Sigma male who has detached himself completely. The moment he withdraws his energy, his presence, and his loyalty, people start to crave what they once took for granted. At first, they might act indifferent, but as time passes, they begin to realize just how rare he was. The way he listened, the way he understood, the way he stood by them without expecting anything in return, it was never just common behavior. It was a privilege. By the time they want him back, he's already light years ahead, focused on his own growth, completely unbothered by what he left behind. Reason 5, the final lesson. He never lets it happen again. The most powerful thing a Sigma male does after being pushed too far is this. He learns. He doesn't dwell on the past. He doesn't hold grudges, but he never forgets the lesson. Every betrayal, every disappointment, every moment of disrespect teaches him something. And once he learns, he never repeats the same mistake. If he trusted too easily before, he becomes more selective. If he was too forgiving, he now values his boundaries more. If he stayed too long in situations that drained him, he now walks away at the first sign of toxicity. The next time someone tries to take advantage of him, they'll find a completely different person. A man who is wiser, sharper, and far less willing to tolerate anything that doesn't serve him. Because a Sigma male never lets history repeat itself. And that is why pushing a Sigma male too far is the worst mistake you can make. So, what do you think? Have you ever reached a point where you had to walk away in silence? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dive content on the Sigma mindset.